7. Or Hotted 7, my bad.
Yeah, we're back, bitches.
It's Aaron Classic Gamer on this side. So what are we talking about this week, buddy?
On my side.
What are we talking on this side?
Let me bring the music down a bit on my side.
I'll bring the music down a little on my side.
Oh my God, what can we talk about?
Oh,
Shit.
I think we're talking about the future of gaming, man.
Yeah, we got, let me see, we got NX on one side, we got Oculus Rift on the other, and we got virtual reality and the Nintendo NX.
All right.
So, yeah, where do we begin?
I don't know. I'm playing some R-Type, so, you know, that's as future-rific as we can get right there. I'm just kidding. But, I don't know. You want to talk about some virtual reality first, or you want to talk about some NX? We can probably talk longer about the NX.
Just give me your overall opinion on, like, if we were to take both of those names, Nintendo NX and Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
You can say PlayStation VR or Project Morpheus, but
yeah, it's Morpheus. PlayStation
I'm
Morpheus. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now, how do you feel about those quickly, like overall? What does it bring to your mind, or what do you think about when you think about those two?
I'm really disappointed because it's not going to be in red like the Virtual Boy. That's my opening statement.
Okay.
I don't know. I've checked out a couple of the like the Oculus Rift kind of preview kind of stuff you can check out over at Best Buy and all that kind of shit. It's pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie, it's very impressive. But like on the Oculus Rift, it recommends that you have, I think, about a 9 by 9 foot square room to be able to interact and move around in to make full use of the Oculus Rift. So I'm not too happy about that.
Okay.
And the price tag. So.
Okay, but that's virtual reality. But how about Nintendo NX? Where do you stand on so far what we know basically nothing. I mean, we only know what people will talk about, and usually you gotta be careful where you get your information from anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So, but how do you feel overall, like this coming out now?
I mean, anytime there's a new Nintendo console, I'm happy about it. I'm cautiously optimistic since they decided they're going to launch in the middle of a life cycle, so I don't know how that's going to work out. So I'm going to be pretty cautious when I say how... I'm sure the first-party games are going to be amazing, but are we really going to get all the third-party on board? That's kind of been the death knell of Nintendo lately.
I guess that's a concern. I can see how that can be a concern.
Are the graphics going to look that much better? So, I don't know. I guess we're going to find out, aren't we?
Okay. Now,
what about backwards compatibility? Did you ever think about that?
Well, with the NX, I'm not really worried because Nintendo, so far, I mean, for years they haven't screwed us over with backwards compatibility, like ever. You know, we have
the GameCube kind of did.
GameCube.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the Wii U we have the Wii, so you know, right out of the box. So right there, at least they, in some capacity, they include or they think about, you know, their old customers and people who have shelled out for their games. So
I mean,
I don't think the NX is gonna be any different in that regard. I mean, a lot of people are kind of like defensive because they say, well, if you get backwards compatibility, you're gonna have to have a similar architecture to the Wii U, and that means it's not gonna be powerful.
Well, not necessarily,
but
because we're doing emulation here, so
they could do it. They could get away with it. I don't see it that being detrimental, and I don't see it as right now Nintendo going for something weaker. Because it's not even humanly possible at this point. Even if they go with dirt cheap hardware for the next system, it's still gonna end up being as or more powerful than what's already out there. So. The only reason why the Wii U wasn't that case is because they needed, or they were trying to keep it as close as possible to the Wii.
Sure.
Now, they've said it many times, you know, this is not like an official statement, but you've heard officials from Nintendo say it again and again, that the NX is something completely different.
Sure.
They're trying for the first time to disassociate themselves from what the Wii and Wii U were. And that, to me, that's like the biggest thing.
I mean, the casuals, I mean, people thought it was like an add-on to the Wii. People didn't understand that it was a whole different console, and I think that was quite detrimental.
Yeah, but that's something to be said if we're gonna sit down and nitpick on where the Wii U went wrong.
Sure.
And I've been hearing and reading and, you know, reading over and over these Doom articles about how the Wii U was going to be doomed. Even before it came out, even before they released the information and the specs,
haters gonna hate, man.
Wanting it to be doomed and wanting it to fail. Fortunately, this time around, I'm seeing quite a bit different view on things from people are starting to, like, you know, get behind it. I hope it keeps up and they don't turn around, they don't do a 180 and start ragging on the damn thing before it even comes out of the gates. So,
I mean, as long as they bring the classic Nintendo quality, I don't think they're going to go wrong.
I'm going to go in gear.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll be a day one buyer of the NX, I'm pretty sure. Can't wait. So what kind of topic do you want to jump into? Are you excited by either the NX or the idea of like the Oculus Rift or, you know, virtual reality technology? Is that exciting to you?
Hell, I'm excited for both. I'm excited for both.
I'm more excited for the NX.
I get behind new tech. You know, it's not that it's going to be proven it's going to replace what we have, but I mean, you got to give it a chance. You got to try it out and see if it has any potential. And if it does, why should you rag on it?
Sure.
I mean, unless you start getting like crappy products being made out of these technologies, which that doesn't point to that. It doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. You always get some turds with every new thing that comes out, but hopefully that won't be the case. Now, on the VR front, I can tell you that I'm more pumped about Oculus Rift because, to me, it has, for now, it hasn't been proven, but it has a bit more pedigree. And I'm not talking about, you know, the whole, you know, Facebook buying into the Oculus Rift and all that crap, because that I got afraid. I got scared when I heard that Facebook was getting involved. However, it did help, you know, getting that injection of money did help, you know, streamline the product, make it into something that's really starting to look really appealing. Except for the price, of course. The price is really fucking expensive.
Yeah, $5.99, guys. $5.99. So.
Yeah, that's like really out there. But
I mean, who knows what the you know, what the Morpheus is going to cost? The Sony exec, I was reading a press release today, and we discussed this earlier, how they said that it's going to cost approximately the same as a console. So the price point will be interesting. I don't know. I've seen a lot of fads come and go, man, and I think that the whole Oculus Rift thing and the virtual reality, I think it's going to be a fad, but I don't know. Pessimistic.
I think everybody's banking on that. Everybody's banking on that, and I think the reason why a lot of people are getting behind that thought or that line of thinking is that they were afraid that we're gonna lose. We're not gonna get like great games, and we're gonna be, you know, playing in no time. We're gonna be playing these gimmicky games that don't have much substance.
Oh, you know, that's exactly what's gonna happen, at least at first.
So that is why people are afraid, and they have every right to in that regard. But you cannot be afraid to the point where you're not gonna be open-minded and look out there to see if there's like a really killer app, a really good game that has potential, are you gonna just, you know, dismiss it because it's on a certain platform? That's completely stupid. You're inviting yourself to be part of another fucking console war that really brings nothing to the table.
Sure.
You know, look back. Console wars have been like the bane of existence from ever.
Yeah, but they've driven, at least they've driven, you know, everything forward, man. I mean, competition is good. It breeds, you know, innovation.
Yeah,
that's
but
a good thing.
That's not bred from console wars. You know,
how do you figure?
Marketing on one side, that's true. But the only guys who stay and stick with the console wars are the hardcore fan. Because the casuals don't bother with that shit. Do you think that they care that this got advertised or that these guys are coming out with this and that? No. The console war stays with the hardcore, you know, people, the gamers. Now, the casual market, that's the bulk of the money to be had. And that's what people don't realize.
Xbox is all over that right now.
We're part of the hardcore. You know, at least...
The TV functionality.
I know, I'm going on a tangent.
That's okay. That's what this show is for. It's for tangents. It's for discussing thoughts.
Yeah, but I don't want to deviate too much, because that would be like an issue in itself. Like the whole console wars crap. That's like, oh my god, I don't want to even get started. All the damage to me, that has made more damage than good. Because console wars, the only one that I remember fondly, and it was because it brought forward creativity, was the Sega and Nintendo console wars. That was like the only time ever.
Yeah. Sega still does what Nintendo don't.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was like the best stuff ever, man. Creativity ruled the day.
But you know, I'm excited about new possibilities with the virtual reality. But like we were talking about earlier, I'm worried that it's going to be something like, you know, 3D was. You know, I mean, 3D is still a thing, I guess, but it's a very small niche sub-market. You know what I mean? Never really grabbed on. And you know, Sony pushed that real hard, just like they're getting ready to do with the Morpheus. So I don't know, man. I mean, if the games are there and there's that big killer app like we talked about, then there's a possibility.
Let me highlight here what we're talking about now. Yeah, Oculus Rift. There we go. So yeah, basically on the VR front, we have the biggest contenders so far, because you can take into account what we have on the mobile side, like the HTC variants and the Samsung variants. What was the name of it again? The Hive? What was the name?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or some shit like that.
HLC Vive or something like that.
Yeah, there we go. You got the Google Cardboard project, and you have some other stuff, and that's very good for like entry, like for people who can't afford, but they want to be part of it and they want to check it out. Yeah. So you get like an entry point before going down to the big boys. The big boys would be, in this case, Oculus Rift and Morpheus.
Yeah. I think those are going to be the big two.
Yeah. We have the first big barrier, which is the price entry point. Oculus Rift has the tech. Is, you know, the proven tech. They started the whole deal.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty expensive. Plus, you need pretty beefy hardware to get it going.
Yeah, at least an i5 processor. I saw that.
Yeah, the graphic card, you need a pretty beefy graphics card. They're gonna come down in price because that's the way PC hardware works. I know. But it's still, you know, until it's proven and it's sold enough for it to bring down the price, you're still going to be stuck with a high price point.
Oh, yeah.
Project Morpheus kind of like rides on the fact that since the developers could go into, think about, like, kind of like how the phone industry works. When you come out with a new phone, you subsidize the price of the hardware because there's so many people, you know, to sell it to offer it to. So yeah, you're gonna get back your money somehow with a service. So you apply that same logic to the project Morpheus, and you know for a fact that they're going to have a ton of games, a ton of developers. However, with the price point, if a lot of people are not on board buying the damn thing, those developers are going to start little by little walking away. So we're still on a 50-50. I'm on the fence with that one.
Yeah, Sony said they're probably going to lose money with theirs. I think they learned from, remember when they had the PS3 came out and it was $5.99 and they got their ass kicked by Xbox for the longest time until they came out with the Slim and was able to decrease their production costs and all that kind of thing. They got their asses kicked, and they ultimately came in a good solid, second place during the last gen. I would say, right behind the Wii when it comes to sales. But I think Sony's learned their lesson with that. They're pretty hesitant about putting all their eggs in one basket. And they know the Oculus. I mean, they know what the Oculus Rift's going to cost, so all they have to do is not be as expensive. You know what I mean?
But with that in mind, you also have to take into consideration, it's cool if you're not that expensive, but you got to be absolutely sure that the feature set that you have on your device.
I mean, is it going to be comparable?
At least, exactly. Yeah. Because if it doesn't, there you're going to start having the detractors and again, we're going to have a new console wars, but this time it's going to be on VR. Oh no, sure. Mine is better because it has this and that and blah blah blah. You know how it is.
That's the way it always is. You ought to know that.
Yeah. Now, given that I tend to favor a lot having like really good PC hardware, and I tend to have the PC platform like the go-to place when I want to like geek out or, Google, be all over like graphical stuff. I always, PC is my main platform for that. If I want exclusive games, that I usually gravitate towards Nintendo stuff. So that logic kind of applies to this as well. If you want like the cutting edge stuff, I think at least in the beginning, it's gonna be Oculus is where you get the cutting edge, and PlayStation's platform is where you're gonna get the exclusive stuff like Naughty Dog games and all of these exclusive developers. So
yeah, I think it's gonna be more to the casual. Yeah, the Oculus Rift as compared to the Morpheus. Yeah.
Excuse me.
We were talking about
casual though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, wait.
What, something messing up on your side again, or what?
No, I'm just fucking playing Mario Galaxy 2, and it's asking me to do something, asking me to tilt, and I'm like, I got Mario jerking wildly on the screen because I'm not following instructions. So yeah. Mario, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Yeah, you're the Nintendo fan, and I'm playing with a Super Nintendo controller here, so I don't want to hear it.
I got Wiimote, buddy, right here.
Okay. Mine's better. I don't have. The only time I shake this is when I'm pissed. You have to shake yours to, do things. So.
Shake it, baby, shake it.
Once again, another gimmick that fuck the industry. Thanks to Nintendo, I appreciate it.
Really? Are you gonna be that obvious and that much of a troll?
I'm just messing with you. I'm trying to get you to express some emotion here, man. You know I don't feel that way. I'm just messing with you.
I'm trying to get into the game, though.
Oh yeah.
You can't multitask. Remember, I can't multitask.
Yeah, we're here to talk about the stuff. So we were talking earlier. I heard about the Project Morpheus, how it's going to have its own CPU to help carry the workload for the horribly underpowered PS4. I'm just kidding. It's not horribly underpowered, but it doesn't have the gas apparently to run the the Project Morpheus and play the awesome, demanding 1080p, 60 frames a second games that we have today. So what do you know about that?
Well, I don't know in terms of recent developments, but all I heard or read about was the fact that it was going to have an extra processor in there that was going to be working in a assisted manner, where it's going to help with certain things, but not really. It wasn't going to act like a co-processor or CPU or graphics unit or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna, in the real sense, it's not gonna really add power to the PlayStation 4. So don't go thinking of, that's gonna be the case, because no, that's not actually how that's gonna work.
Isn't it going to be dedicated just to help render the graphics for the Morpheus? Isn't that the truth? I'm not sure.
It'll probably, okay, let me see if I can get an example I can give you. Like, in the case of the Wii U, you have the gamepad, and the gamepad has to, like, render that screen, the small screen, and at the same time it has to render the big screen. So basically, the pad in itself has, like, little extra processors.
Sure.
Even RISC processor, you know, small stuff that allows the gamepad to render some stuff on the pad, while the Wii U takes care of the main game. That's what I'm saying. It's like in that capacity. The stuff in the Wii U pad does not make the Wii U stronger. It just helps it or aids it to do certain tasks that, you know, like, why bother the processor of the GPU if I can take care of this? See, that kind of fashion. That's the way I understand it. If I'm incorrect, you know, I can and will allow myself to be, you know, to stand corrected. But that is what I believe. That's the way it's going to work.
I believe you believe.
In the case of the Oculus Rift, well, you know, it's mainly dependent on the PC that you have.
Sure.
If you have a freaking, like, SLI monster or Crossfire monster with 4, you know, GPUs, that's the way you're gonna get it. You're gonna get all the performance that you invest into. Because the Oculus Rift does not come with extra hardware. It's like everything that you need. Once it's connected to the PC, that's where you're gonna get your stuff. What I did understand, however, is that in terms of comparing Oculus to the PlayStation variant, is that the Oculus will have the actual headset or headphones where you can appreciate the audio is going to come integrated into the thing. So
unlike the Morpheus, which you're going to have to buy external headset things. So,
yeah. So I don't know how bad or good that scenario is going to be compared to the price point, because that could be something to argue over when it comes down to buying the unit. You know,
sure.
Is it cheap enough? Is it cheap enough for me to buy the extra stuff that doesn't come with the unit?
And it does look bulkier. Haven't you seen it? It has it kind of goes up onto the back of the head, and also has a strap and all this kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know.
It does look sleek. I mean, okay, let me see if I can bring it up on my side here. Let me bring down the Wii U capture and open up here to see if I can, because I got the images, and it would help if I gave the visuals for people who are out there watching.
Yeah, I suck at tech, and I'll probably screw up my live stream, so I'm just gonna keep playing Aero Fighters 2 on the Neo Geo, and
okay, I'll bring up both. I'll bring up, see, this right here is Morpheus.
Because the Morpheus kind of goes, like, up over the head and stuff, doesn't it? When you got a chrome dome like me, it probably wouldn't feel that good on the old bald head, man.
But I do have to give it to them, though, that they're like every Sony product out there, you know,
looks sexy, man.
Hardware, yeah, it looks very sleek. It looks very high-tech. And Sony always exceeds in presenting something very high-tech. That I have to applaud. I mean, no issues there. And here on this other side, we have the Oculus Rift. Now this, of course, this is like a far cry from what they had in the beginning.
Oh, yeah, it's changed, like, substantially.
In the beginning, you had like a freaking monster where that thing would be like a protrusion that you would like, if you bump into somebody, you could send them to the hospital. Now it's a lot more refined. It looks like it weighs a lot less. And you can see the little cable coming from the side that basically that connects into the PC or whatever. I mean, I don't know if this is the newest iteration, but yeah, that's basically...
So when's that going to be hitting retail, man?
That's a good question, man, because right now
I have not heard.
I don't have an answer to that, to be honest.
I keep hearing about it, and then I also heard about, I don't know, back in June that Microsoft was developing their own virtual reality headset, so I don't know. But of course the Xbox One's supposed to be 4K ready, so I don't know. Half the demanding games though are running at 30 frames a second, so I don't know how that's going to work.
I guess it all depends on whether they start taking off. I mean, if it starts flying off the shelves, you know that Microsoft is going to be on top of that.
They kind of got buried by the whole motion control thing that, you know, everybody's trying to catch up with Nintendo, and they actually screwed the market, man. They oversaturated it with the PlayStation Move and the Kinect.
Now, what I understand...
It's hard to capture lightning in a bottle twice.
What I understand about the whole motion control thing is that Nintendo came out with a way how to bring motion control into games. Now this was what I understand is the proposal. Here is a new way to control your games. Go crazy with it. You know, make something, create something new. Go ahead. They came out with a couple of good games using the motion controls. But third-party developers, they started out like they wanted to try this out, but then they just quickly abandoned it. So of course, if you back out of something and you don't give it a full support, how do you know if it's going to be good or not?
Sure.
Sony and Microsoft, they weren't adopting the motion controls because they saw the potential in gameplay and stuff like that. They did it, they copied it because Nintendo was raking in the money.
Yeah, money, 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 money.
And you saw where that took them in case of the PlayStation Move. Oh God, what? The PlayStation Move and the Kinect.
Yeah, the Move. All that was basically it was Wii 2.0, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it worked better, but it looked about the same. It was, and hell, Wii Motion Plus Control was actually pretty comparable to that of what Sony came out with. And that garbage you refer to as Kinect, that was just fucking broken, man. Broken, horrible. Unless you want to play a dance game, that shit does not work for you. I mean, I've got an Xbox One, and hell, even the Kinect 2.0 is not that good.
But you see where I usually pester you about perception and stuff like that. You see how in a few seconds you gave me a description of how bad these products were, but when somebody talks about gimmicks, they always default to Nintendo. Like they are the bane of existence because they did this. But yeah,
Nintendo did it right, man. It became too intrusive, you know. The thing was, it was something different. And then, you know, like I said, it was lightning in a bottle, you know. They captured that casual element, brought all these people into gaming. But the thing is, those people don't want to play, you know, all these, you know, they don't want to play Uncharted. They don't want to play God of War. They don't want to play Gears of War. They don't want to play Halo. Those people don't play those kind of games. They just don't. They like playing the little golf game and little basketball games and shit like that. All this casual stuff, but they were trying to apply that casual concept to the hardcore market, and it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? Just does not work, and unless you're Nintendo. which made incredibly engrossing gameplay. You know, like what was it, Skyward Sword? That was the best motion control game I've ever played. They did it right, man. It was minimally intrusive.
The one I'm playing right now, makes a case for itself because Mario Galaxy, both 1 and 2.
Oh my God, yeah, classics, man.
Dude, I played this game, both of them actually. I played them on the Dolphin emulator, and you know how much I love that emulator.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to me, that's like the best thing since Toast.
Well, it basically is. So you're right about that.
But you know, one of the reasons why I'm not actually playing it now on the Dolphin is because this right here is the actual best way to play it.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it was built.
It feels more natural because Nintendo put, you know, they designed it that way, and that's what they wanted third-party developers to do.
Yeah.
You know, go crazy with the concept. You know, create something.
Sure.
Don't wait for other people. Don't copy other stuff. Create something. But
I mean, Red Steel was kind of cool.
The second one.
Yeah.
Red Steel 2. The first one I wasn't too much.
Yeah.
Wasn't too keen on that one.
It was kind of fun though. I played it. I enjoyed it.
Now,
but that's when it all first came out, man. It was a novel thing, you know. As it all wore on, you know, and then Nintendo didn't. They kind of snookered themselves, man, because they didn't put enough support in their classic games. You know, I mean, the shovelware that became the Wii was pretty horrible. The games that were coming out first party were amazing, but they weren't doing enough protecting of their product in that regard. That's what I'm hoping is not going to happen with the NX. So I'll be picking that up on launch day. Can't wait. I hope it's everything that everybody always wanted. Even though the Wii U, I mean, the best gaming moments in the last year for me have not been on the Xbox PC or the you know, or the PS4. They've been on the Wii U. Personally,
if I were to write, or if I had the ability to write a really like a thesis on psychology and perception, it would probably include Nintendo and the Wii U. Because, you know, it's the best case that I can use as an example of how perception can turn something that was meant to be good into something that people perceive as a crappy thing. I've had a great time with the Wii U. I still am.
Yeah. I've been playing that Bayonetta 2, man. Amazing.
I appreciate what the gamepad was made for. It did sadden me the fact that developers were apparently on board. Like, you know, like, we're gonna support you, like, you know, EA, Activision, and Ubisoft, and
it's almost like they were in bed with Xbox and PlayStation. They snookered them, you know. Like Ubisoft, they promised all these games and they didn't even fulfill their promise. I mean, what Ubisoft games come out? A Splinter Cell game? What else? So Splinter Cell.
There was
Black Flag.
There was a lot of shitty deals.
Yeah, Black Flag. I mean, those were both good games and they looked really good. Assassin's Creed 3. I think they did a 5-game deal and they only came out. Oh, Rayman. What was the other? But that's all they came out with. They did the 5 or 6 games that they promised them, and that was it.
I could sit here, Aaron, for hours and talk about all the shady crap that Nintendo had to go through with these companies. And that wouldn't probably help the situation much,
but it is, you know, I think it applies because the NX is, you know, living in the shadow of the Wii and the Wii U, and they have to be able to come out with, you know, a console that those groups are gonna, you know, are gonna support because, you know, I mean, Nintendo alone, I don't think can support the NX. Kind of like the Wii U is.
For a second,
yeah.
Wet my whistle there for a second.
Wet my whistle. Is it a good Puerto Rican rum? I just.
Oh, no, I wish. It's just some.
I thought you quit smoking, huh?
Yeah, you made me take it up again.
Oh yeah.
Bastard. Yeah.
I made you smoke again. That's horse shit if I've ever heard it.
Yeah. It's all that. No, I'm not gonna run with it because and then I'll really go into a tangent and make sure. Okay. An example of things that should not repeat itself. If let me move here to change the image for something.
You're making me want to smoke. I'm gonna have to get a cigar here in a minute.
Here we go. Now I have Nintendo NX logo on screen because we're now talking about the Nintendo NX.
Yeah, we
okay?
kind of went into that. Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, we had a situation where the Wii U was promised games, right, for the system. It came out, it sold out in launch time.
Sure.
It sold like crazy.
I was one of them, man.
Another console. And I was there the first day.
Yep, me as well, buddy.
And
I got it that night. And had a lot of fun.
We had people ranging from Ubisoft, Electronic Arts, and a whole slew of people. Hell, even the creator of BioShock was even talking, oh, this is so innovative. Oh my God, imagine playing a game like BioShock on this and that. You know, it's very nice, but it's kind of upsetting that months after they kind of like disappeared. Okay, I get it. The system didn't sell, but it's a catch-22 thing. If you don't make good games for the system, it's not gonna sell. If it doesn't sell, nobody wants to make any games for it.
It's chicken and the egg, man.
So, exactly. Nintendo had a lot of fault in that because yes, I am not a blind fan. I mean, I understand that Nintendo had a lot to do with the failure, like not marketing it enough, not creating confusion between Wii U being an upgrade. I understand all that. I got sick and tired the first 3 months of listening people act like armchair developers or analysts talking about how bad they did things. Yes, they did a lot of bad things, but the third parties did their fair share.
Yeah, they snookered them, man.
To basically, screw the system up.
Yeah.
Now, excuse me. Now this time around,
smoke another one. You'll cough less.
I see. Yeah, that's probably what I needed. Hold on, let me get another puff. Oh, it's so good having good friends like you, dude.
You got it. Smoke another one. Friends like me, you don't need enemies, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'll have you riding with me in the ambulance, dude.
Oh yeah,
okay,
from Puerto Rico. Got it. I'm all over that.
Yep. I know you'll make it. You'll come over. You'll take the flight and you'll come over. So that's my buddy. I need to be in the ambulance with him. Okay, so far, what do you know about the NX?
Well,
I'm not gonna take this and make it my own conversation.
Sure.
You need to.
Sure.
You need to put something in.
Well, I've heard that. That's what she said. I've heard, that it's gonna have. And
just had to go there.
Yeah, you got it. So I've heard that it's supposed to have a both handheld and traditional console element, which is pretty cool. The graphics card is going to be, who knows? I've heard a lot of different things, but they said it's going to be at least as powerful as a Xbox One, which will be good. What else have I heard? They're talking about releasing. So the next Zelda, it's a development date that it's supposed to be released. I think it'll be something like they did with the GameCube and the Wii, so it'll come out in both systems. So that's exciting. We'll have a Zelda starting out, and that's really about it. I mean, we haven't heard that much. I imagine it'll be competitively priced. The graphics will be at least as good as what we're used to. I'm looking forward to it. That's about it.
Okay.
Very minimal. I mean, everything that's out there is, basically hearsay.
Oh, shit.
So there really isn't a whole lot that's known about it. I mean, there's a few patents that have been filed and things like that, but
What do you know? What do you know? What have you read about the patents?
not much, very minimal. You know, about the controller, it seems to be more traditional than the controller that we have now. So, I don't know. It didn't have a screen on it, so that's something. It didn't say anything about motion controls, so that's interesting. That's really about the end of it, man. Like I said, Nintendo's being real hush-hush. You're squinting. Why are you squinting? Is the sun too bright in Puerto Rico right now?
Oh man, I'm trying to not die, and that's exactly what I did right now. Shit.
I'm playing
Okay.
Spawn on the Super Nintendo right now. What are you playing?
I was playing Mario Galaxy 2.
Alright.
It's pretty awesome. I took the saves that I had from my Dolphin emulator, and I transferred them to the original console, and I'm playing, you know, I'm continuing from there, so I didn't want to lose all those saves.
Sure.
So yeah, I was just exploring another, but this is not going to work for me. I need something a little bit more. Okay, let me help you separate fact from fiction.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
You've been following it more. You're more of a Nintendo fanboy than I think I'll ever be, but
but with that, I don't want to give the impression that by being a Nintendo fan, because I would go as far as saying fanboy, because a fanboy usually, they don't accept either other people, competitors, do any good, and they don't accept that what they, you know, favor does any bad. And I'm not in that camp, believe me. I appreciate and I love everything that all of the companies put out. What I do, what gets me bothered is the fact that a lot of people come extremely hard on Nintendo for certain things, but they get a free pass when it comes to Microsoft and Sony. That really, that irks me to know, you know, but that doesn't make me a fanboy. What that makes me is, you know, kind of
yeah,
like
but that's
wanting
factual.
to have yeah.
At least a level playing field, right?
Exactly. What's good for one is good for all. That's what I try to make a point. In terms of fact, Nintendo as a company, like, you start seeing from ways back, I don't know if you know about this or not, but they basically got rid of their R&D development. They had separate buildings over there in Tokyo, I think it was, or Kyoto.
It's Kyoto,
They had separate buildings.
They're all together in one house now, yeah.
Exactly. And they invested a shit ton of money to basically merge these two development resources, the portable side with the console side. Now that in itself has to give you some idea that in the future they are going to merge physically with their products, what they're doing with their R&D departments. So once I learned about that, I was saying, oh my God, it's going to happen.
That was back in December, I think. Yeah.
That was way, I think they were already building, I don't know if the exact year, but it was before the actual Wii U came out to the market. They finished moving recently, but, you know, that's a thing now. You know, all of those resources, the development resources, are now together under one house. Mm-hmm. So going forward, there's not going to be separate teams, meaning that what affects one affects the other.
Sure.
Just going on that, it's natural evolution or natural, you know, to think that any future consoles, be it portable or a console, they're going to have a unified structure.
Sure.
Where one game should be at the very least, compatible with the other. And there you go. That's the whole rumor about, you know, it's going to be a portable and it's going to be a console.
Well, help me out with the last president of Nintendo, because for some reason I'm forgetting his name. Who is now passed.
Iwata?
Yeah. Iwata-san. Yeah.
That's
Anyway,
what it is
you're right on my birthday. But anyway, the point being, when Iwata-san died, okay, so before that, when he was talking about it, they asked him why he was merging, you know, the different departments. I read this actually in a gaming magazine, and he said it was to decrease the cost of development. That was the official reason. To cut costs because of they were losing money. But you're right. I mean, I think your idea makes sense, but you know, maybe they were already thinking at that time, which was, you know, a year and a half ago, that you know, that was going to be the case. You know, maybe they were already thinking about the NX and all that kind of stuff.
Whether this, in this case, what we have to do in order to settle this would be like, we would have to question our sources. Like,
well, this came from Iwata-san, so that was him saying
yeah,
it.
no, but it didn't. Okay, it came from a gaming magazine, is what I heard that you said right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it was a quote. So.
Okay. Okay, so in the end, what do we have or what do they have to show for? That's what we're gonna find out. Either if it was just a simple cost reduction thing, or if it was to actually develop something new, it remains to be seen.
Yeah.
I cannot say that that what he was quoted with and what intention he was, you know, the quote was. I don't know. I really
that was
don't
when
know.
he took the pay cut. Remember, because they lost so much money. It was the first time Nintendo had lost money since, I don't know, a long time. You know.
If it's the first time he actually took a pay cut, that was back when the 3DS wasn't selling, and that was way in the beginning when 3DS started out. Now, after that, after he took the pay cut and he reduced the price and the 3DS started selling, more information started coming after that, you know, that time period. And what they said at that time, at that point in time, was that they were taking the console development and the portable side of development, and they were merging it in order to have better compatibility, to have better, like, have engineers work with the engineers of portable and,
I died.
you know, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole point was to later in time, when they developed another platform, a future platform, they wouldn't have separate development teams. Since that hasn't happened, because there has been no new platforms after that fact, we can't tell. We can't say if it was true or not. So we're gonna find out. It's more than likely we're gonna find out with the NX, because it's pointing towards that.
Well, you know, Nintendo's always been very forward-thinking. I mean, they start developing on the next generation of hardware, you know, virtually right after the current hardware is released. I mean, they were saying they were working on the next, you know, hardware options right when the Wii U came out. So, I mean, it's not, you know, I imagine this is all part of a concerted effort.
Well, one thing that I do need to, I'm not sure if I'm correcting or, let's say, overruling to make it sound cool, is the part where you said about being at the same level of power of the Xbox. That was,
I mean, that was a rumor.
Dismissed basically as soon as it came out. It was completely debunked, because it was like a rumor of a rumor of another rumor, and it came and it was like the same way it came in. It just left, and it wasn't proven. It wasn't proven at all, because nobody knows. Nobody knows the exact specs. What
it would make sense. I mean, we're 2 years later. I imagine the specs are going to be somewhat increased. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, at this point, it's almost,
who knows,
humanly impossible for them to come out with something that's actually less powerful. because everything that they're gonna find, even on a budget, is gonna be at least equal or better than what's out there.
Sure.
That's the way tech works. Another thing is that in terms of the patents, I mean, the patents that, I don't know how much you know about the patents, but
Minimal.
patents right now are a thing that they're a finicky kind of thing, because Nintendo doesn't, when they come out with a patent, that doesn't mean that they're going to use it.
Yeah.
They've had plenty of patents that they still haven't brought out to the to the market. But these kind of skew a little bit towards where they want themselves to place themselves at, you know, in terms of making a console kind of like server-based, something really innovative. And that's basically that kind of patent right there has taken the tech world by storm. And they have a lot of people talking that if this thing comes out, it would be completely huge.
Yeah.
So there's another patent where they're showing a new controller where this time around the screen is basically, it's kind of like a revision of the Wii U gamepad, but instead of having like the square screen and then the buttons on the outside, it integrates the whole thing, and the screen takes up like the whole controller, but the controller is more compact like a conventional controller. So there's a lot of thought and a lot of they're banking on a lot of things that they're being sure to patent on time and not have somebody else take that concept.
Sure.
Hopefully those ideas they'll come into fruition and we'll get to see it on the NX. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
That's all we can do at this point with that.
Yeah.
But at least that's something more solid than a hearsay of somebody saying, "Oh, you found out that I saw about a tweet that this guy said that it's going to be as powerful as the Xbox."
Yeah.
No, we're still not there yet.
It's hard to tell, man.
We do know, however, it should come out this year.
I imagine probably fall. I don't know. Probably they like releasing consoles in November. I think traditionally.
What we do have is we've had quotes from AMD. AMD have been saying like for the past year and a half that their new line of APUs included a new next generation console coming out, and just taking it by its most basic form, the only thing that's even approaching a new next generation console is the NX.
Nintendo, sure.
Because, yeah, so basically you just put one and one together and there you have it. What else? And their statement says 2016 release, so
Yeah.
there you go.
That would make sense. I had heard that, but I didn't know if it was a rumor, so I didn't want to really spread it more, you know. It's hard telling, man.
There's another report coming from, a statement coming from the Wall Street Journal, and they were a little more specific, stating that, yeah, that the console was coming out, and that behind the scenes, where they did a short demo for third parties, that at the time, the demo they were running for the third parties to show them had to be run on like high-end PCs, you know, like the latest and greatest graphical chips and stuff like that in order to run. Now, this is coming from the Wall Street Journal. Wall Street Journal has no bearing in
The gaming
either
market,
to start something. Yeah, they have nothing to gain with getting people, you know, telling this, you know, favoring Nintendo or going against Nintendo or whatever.
Sure.
So they just stated the facts. That's what they had. That's the information that they had. So that's pretty encouraging, because at least, at the very least, the third parties who are now working on it, at least they should be working with something pretty beefy, you know?
I sure hope so.
So that's what I got on my side. That's what I had to go on for now. There's some pretty cool guys on YouTube right now. I can say Metal Dave 64. He's a YouTuber who's been he's a fan like me, but he tries to be
somewhat impartial.
Very, yeah. And he basically states stuff saying, listen, this is rumor, this is fact, take it with a grain of salt, but at the same time, you know, this seems to be encouraging, this seems to be a little iffy. So he's trying to state the facts, and the sources that he mentions are pretty reliable. You know, they seem to be legit.
Yeah.
It's not like the last time around where you had so many rumors coming. I mean, at the time before even the PlayStation and Xbox One were coming around, there were even rumors that the PlayStation 4 was going to have like an NVIDIA 980 something like that graphics chip, you know.
Yeah, that's far from the truth.
Crazy ass shit.
Yeah, my PC's not very high end, and it does circles around both my Xbox One and my PS4. So.
But people ate it up because that's what they wanted to hear. They wanted to hear that kind of stuff, and it went back and forth over and over, and a lot of the little things started, you know, panning out, but like the bulk of it, it was all crap. It was all, you know, hearsay, people wishful thinking made into facts, you know. So you gotta be like really careful where you get your info. But for now, I got a really good feeling that before E3 we're gonna have a reveal.
Yeah. And
hopefully by E3 then we can have like have an idea of the full range of games that are gonna be on the launch. That's what me, as a fan, as a gamer, is hoping for.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's powerful or not, it remains to be seen. I know it's going to have quality games because Nintendo is a Nintendo product.
Sure.
So I'm not afraid for that. And I know it's going to have a good price, again, because it's a Nintendo product and they kind of look for that. So yeah, that's my side of
I'm just hoping the third party is going to get back on board, man. That's what I'm hoping.
I'm hoping for that as well, my friend, because I want to see. I want to see a return of.
With the resurgence of PC gaming, I think you know things like the Steam Store and and all that kind of stuff, you know, and now the proprietary controllers coming out and all that kind of stuff. I mean, PC gaming is getting more traction than it's had in probably 20 years, I'd say, and the innovation is just not keeping up in the home market. So, I mean, if the NX does not thrive and is able to not innovate and move forward, I think this might be the last console generation, to be honest. I think the PS5 or Xbox, whatever the hell they want to decide to call it, 2, I guess. Well, going by their current logic, it'll be something more like the PlayStation TV, a very non-intrusive gaming device, that streams players and those kind of things. Physical media seems to be going outward, both with PC gaming and console gaming. Online sales are now a very large thing, not just a subcategory like they were. So, I honestly think if Nintendo doesn't make it a go with this, I mean, this could be it. We're all going to be PC gamers, no matter if we like it or not. I don't know.
Well, the funny thing when we talk about like this is gonna be the last dance or not, what you gotta take into consideration is that unlike Sega, because a lot of people, they love to bring up Sega and what happened to them and comparing Nintendo, or I don't know, maybe to some point.
That's apples and oranges, though.
I don't know.
Because Sega had buried themselves for a whole generation before the Dreamcast, and they had depleted all of their savings. They were literally, this was it. I mean, they borrowed everything they could just to make it. They spent over $500 million making it so the Dreamcast was going to be a thing. They literally bet all their chips. I mean, Nintendo could lose, say $50 million every quarter, and they could go on for years and years and years. I mean, that's totally different.
What I'm trying to bring up is the fact that right now,
I know people draw those parallels,
like to compare them. Yeah, they love to do that. They love to, because
that's apples and oranges. It really is.
Want to see. See, but
Yeah.
the thing is, if you take Sega, you have like an evolution before dying. You have the Sega Genesis with the 32X and the Sega CD and all that stuff, right?
Saturn and all that.
Like right there, that was the first mistake. That was like the real, that's when they started hurting for real. They had two development teams. They had one working on the 32X and they had one working on the Saturn,
Yeah.
which were competing one with the other. Okay?
Well, the 32X was
Saturn came around, they
basically only an American system anyway. It didn't really launch in Japan.
Exactly, but well, hold on. They had 32X and they had Saturn competing with each other internally because they couldn't, like, they were actually fighting each other to get attention and get funding.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when the Saturn came out, they botched that launching, and you know it. They came out. I remember going into an electronic
EA 95, yeah.
and just seeing the fucking systems right there. Like, what the hell is this doing here? And yeah, they released it today, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
None of the games were ready and all that kind of thing. I mean, and that's what came to haunt them in the end. EA basically said, well, we spent all this money and basically fuck you.
Okay.
For lack of a better term.
If you go in order, you have the Saturn, and then you have the Dreamcast, and then they die, right? Well, the Saturn, if you want to make it an analogy with Nintendo, the Saturn would be playing the role, or Wii U would be playing the role of the Saturn. I'm sorry to say, but the Wii U ain't no Saturn. The Wii U is a failure in terms of sales, but Nintendo hasn't lost a cent on the system, either on the system or the games. So they're not as, by result, they're not affected as much as the Saturn basically hurt.
Yeah, well, they were smart.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Their marketing, I think, blows anyway. It's all this family-friendly, bullshit. No edginess to it at all. I know the 90s are long behind us, but the whole advertisement style. I mean, it's not cool. It looks like a bunch of little kids are playing Nintendo. I mean, they're the ones that are creating that idea. But anyway, instead of using their money to market wisely, they pocketed it all away. But in this particular case, it actually turned out to be a good thing for them because they have a bank full of money. So that worked out in their favor.
You know what's the problem, dude? When the most serious problem, I think, when people start saying or believing what is said out there, is that they fall into a trap and they just repeat stuff that they hear without even thinking or giving it a second thought.
Yeah, but
and that's the dangerous thing. And in any market, in any kind of consumer product.
Well, that's all based on speculation anyway. But in our day and age, though, that means a lot. I mean.
You bring a point that I love talking about with friends and other gamers, and you hit it right on the nail. I mean, you say something like, for example, you say, "Oh, it's a problem that Nintendo has had, keeping the kiddie image and only catering to kids and stuff like that." Now, I gotta make a stop. I actually have to pause the game because if that were the case, games like Bayonetta. Well, that's on the Wii U. Let's go farther back. Let's go
but I'm saying they're marketing.
But hold on.
But okay, go ahead.
Let me say. The kiddie console. The kiddie console to many was the Wii. That was like the kiddie console. If that were true, why did games like Mad World? Have you ever played Mad World?
Oh yeah, I've got it.
Okay, there you go. Do you consider Mad World to be kiddie game?
Well, I don't, and I totally agree with you. But what I'm not saying that. I'm saying marketing. Marketing.
But what happened? The problem with that
they didn't
is not
push
the fact that it exists. Exactly. The fact is, no, Nintendo pushed that game. The thing is, people didn't pick it up. Why didn't they pick it up? Because the casuals can be excused. Because like the grandma who bought the system to do the little voting and stuff like that, she can be excused. But the gamers, that were asking for mature games, they didn't go rushing and buying the fucking game. So how do you expect later on to have those types of games if you don't go out and buy it? And then what's the excuse that the trolls would come out and say as an argument? Oh, that's because Nintendo gamers didn't buy it. Oh, no, you're wrong.
No gamers bought it.
The guys who kept the platform,
Yeah.
we bought that shit. It's you people, you know, that were out there that were talking shit, talking about how Nintendo is kiddie and stuff. You were the guys that didn't pick it up, and that's why it didn't sell. So again, my friend, we have a perception, and this has been going on from back in the Mortal Kombat days, from the SNES and Sega Genesis.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying their current marketing is extremely family friendly.
Oh my God.
You have to can't watch one of their commercials that have come out in the last 5 years, and you see these white people with comb overs, sitting here with their family on the couch playing games, man.
Okay, granted, that's Nintendo. That's their bread and butter. Okay,
Yeah.
that's Nintendo. But Nintendo is not the only one that can advertise. Hey, if I'm Ubisoft and I have, let me see, in my portfolio that I have for all the consoles, I have Assassin's Creed, I have Rayman, I have...
I'm not saying it's all their fault, but, I mean, that's what they choose to push outwards, but...
There you go. There you go. But if I'm Ubisoft and I have Assassin's Creed and I push it on the PS3 and Xbox 360, I show these advertising, the advertisement about Assassin's Creed and this and that and blood and gore and this and that, only on PlayStation 3 and Xbox, Xbox 360. And then you go and advertise fucking U-Dance or whatever the fuck that's called on the Wii. You get what you pay for.
Oh, sure.
If you don't push your own product on a console and then you relegate that responsibility to Nintendo, oh, it's your fault because it's not selling there, that's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. I mean, Nintendo...
I know, but you're taking it 10 times farther than what I did. I'm basically just saying the commercials from Nintendo are very kiddie. That's all I said. They're family friendly, but everything's family friendly. You look at wrestling now. Wrestling used to be, all about attitude and all that kind. It's a culture we live in now. Everybody's afraid to offend everybody. That's not necessarily Nintendo's fault. That's just the times we live in. We went through a very edgy time that was the 90s, and things are safe now, comparatively.
Well, all I can say is that the product that you bring out can have everything if you wanted to. Nintendo, yes, they do market as their primary target to be in a family-friendly environment. I don't blame them. I mean, when we had the NES, we were kids. Most of the hardcore gamers that had a SNES, they were still kids. And so on and so forth. You have to start somewhere.
Well, sure.
And what did those kids turn into? They became fans. They became loyal customers. Why? Because Nintendo catered to them.
Yeah.
However, that did not make them, they did not exclude the more mature stuff. Because they were, as developers, they were creating mature stuff. Metroid is mature.
Sure.
Whether you want to see it that way or not.
Oh, it is.
And a lot of the franchises, they cater to that.
Yeah.
And right now, in the present, the best example I can take is if they were family friendly to the point of a fault, where they're still sticking to that and not allowing like mature content on their system, Bayonetta wouldn't have existed at all.
No, I mean, they're totally allowing it, fella. I'm just saying that, they could be a little more edgy with their advertisement. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
but Xbox is pretty friendly too, I know, but Nintendo could, be a little more upfront about their first-party games. You can't blame.
They need to market better.
Exactly.
No, they need to market better. I give you that, but don't say it's because they're family-friendly, because that's like appealing to a stereotype that really isn't true. If you're gonna put blame on Nintendo for not being something, you have to also acknowledge that third parties have basically shitted all over their own
Oh, sure.
products. They don't push it enough.
Sure. Yeah. I'm just saying they ought to dig a little deeper in their war chest when the NX comes out, and they need to actually, you know, put some might behind this, you know, instead of, you know, I turn on the TV, I don't watch TV a lot, but hell, you watch TV, you know, and about every probably 5th or 6th commercial is a gaming commercial. How many of them are Nintendo? Just the other day, just because we were going to do this, I was curious. I was on, I don't know, I was watching it, and they don't advertise. Even if they did advertise, which they don't do much. I don't know.
With the Wii U, watch the marketing.
Oh, sure.
Because you know what? What was their biggest mistake in terms of third-party relations? They banked too much believing that the third party would actually come through with their promises. They were like, you know what? Here's a system. Do it right. Because third parties, I don't know. Complaining about how their products they don't sell on Nintendo platform because you know the first party games are so damn good. It makes our games look bad and they don't sell. So why bother bringing these good franchises to those platforms if they're not gonna sell? Well, you fucker! If you want your product to sell, make it equal or better to the first party.
Yeah, sure.
Get off your lazy fucking asses. You know? I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be that guy that repeats the same thing just to get like a ton of people on board. I see it as it is, man. I see what I see.
You're right, buddy.
What I see in the market.
I just hope that the NX market better. That's all. And they probably will. I mean, you know, they seem to be changing their philosophy. And I'm actually pretty optimistic. You know, and I have been optimistic about anything in Nintendo in a while. That's good.
Yeah, you tend to get a bit jaded after you are fed with a lot of bullshit.
Oh yeah.
And to be honest, to a lot of people, I'm not actually considered much of a gamer because I decided to skip on the next generation this time around. Mm-hmm. You know, being more specific, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Sure.
Okay, if that's the way you want to see it, then okay, I'm fine with that. You know.
But you know what you missed?
Hey, I got a fucking.
You missed shooters.
I got.
That's what you missed.
What
Shooters.
I was gonna say is, you know what? I got a PC, dude. I got a PC. I haven't missed out on anything yet.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you miss out on some of the first party stuff, but overall, you get the better experience. You know. I would have to agree. You get the better graphics, most likely better sound. You know, since you have a really good gaming rig, man. I mean, you're winning out in that regard.
I was starting to feel bad because I missed out on the Halo, but you have been talking to me lately about that, and it seems that I haven't missed much.
Well, you're missing the best multiplayer experience I think there ever has been, but the campaign, yeah, the campaign's pretty lackluster. But you know, the graphics look good, and for all the people that care about all that kind of thing, you know.
What would make me basically die for a PlayStation 4, to be completely honest, at this point? Right now on the horizon, the only thing that makes me feel that way is
like rifling through games.
Final Fantasy.
Find. Oh yeah.
Final Fantasy, what is it, 15? Oh my god.
It should be
if
15,
that doesn't come for PC, but they're already talking that there's going to be a PC version, so I'm like, should I wait a year? Because that's probably the time it's going to take before it comes on to PC, or should I get it on PlayStation 4?
But you're going to have some exclusives like Street Fighter V that's coming out for the PS4. The new
Yeah, but
King of Fighters is going to be on the PS4.
I gotta ask you, how long do you think it's gonna remain exclusive? In your honest opinion.
Probably maybe 6 months, maybe.
There you go. Now,
But some people get hung up on that, man. They want it first, they want it now.
Well, that's the argument a lot of people have used for not buying a Wii U.
Yeah.
Why am I going to buy a Wii U if I only got Mario Kart or I only got Bayonetta? I'm not going to buy a system for one game.
Yeah, it's the exclusive,
See how this shit works?
Oh, sure. It's like, why do you think I bought a Xbox One, man? Halo. I found other good experiences once I got there, but...
Shit. The point I'm trying to make now, Aaron, I'm not trying to rag on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. What I'm trying is to build up to a point, and the point that I'm trying to make is that that's the way I feel with this generation.
Oh, sure.
This generation made me feel that way.
It's not that much different than the last
consoles. Exactly. We got what we asked for. We got better graphics. We got, better sound. But what's on the other end? We get more DLC. We get more patches. We get more nickel and dime. We get. Wow. That's what we were fighting for. That's what the gamer wanted. Then go ahead. If me secluding myself away from that makes me a non-gamer, then whatever the fuck you go, dude.
You're still gaming. You're just not. You're just not a console gamer this generation. That's all.
Well, at least not a console gamer in the sense of what other people believe is actual console gaming. I got this 8th gen console, which is the Wii U. Aside from that, nothing has motivated me to go and get one of the others because I have a PC. If I didn't have a PC, another would be the story.
Yeah.
Now, of course, when Uncharted comes out, that's going to be one.
Sure.
But it's still not out.
Yeah.
It's still not out. And it's what, the second year?
I know,
the second year already?
I became disenfranchised with that whole franchise after Uncharted 2, man. That was the highlight. It was amazing.
Of course.
And 3 sucked. And then the Vita version, I played that too. And it sucked as well. So I don't really give a shit about the next Uncharted, man. I'd like to play a new God of War game.
If I had money to burn, excess income, oh yes, I would buy all 3 of them. Yeah. And not even think about it. But that's not the case with me, and I know it's not the case with many gamers out there.
Sure.
That they struggle to get, enough to game on their favorite platform, and they got to be very careful what they buy.
Sure. I have all three consoles, and and a PC, and there's things on PC that I love about PC. You'll say that I only play Blizzard games, and you're basically right about that. But then on the PS4, I like playing, not a whole lot, really. I mean, I don't play my PS4. My wife does, She plays it so she can play Watch Dogs, and she likes playing the new Batman Arkham, whatever the hell it is, and that kind of thing. I've been playing the Xbox, I play the Wii U and the Xbox. That's basically, I don't know. I just don't care for the current offer. The current offerings, I guess.
Just to show you that I'm not a complete fanboy, and I understand where the strengths and the weaknesses lie. One thing I have to grant and I have to give to both Sony and Microsoft is that both of their platforms, even though in hardware they're a bit too me too, at least those platforms are the best platforms to have for online playing. If you are an online gamer, yes, of course, I understand the reason. That's a major reason to get one of those platforms.
Yeah, that'd be enough right there if that's what you're into. Sure.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the one-player experience more, but I do enjoy online gaming.
I still, I don't know. I'm old school. I guess I'm always going to be old school in that sense that I always value story, art, music, you know, gameplay, and actually local multiplayer. I actually
that's great.
tend to miss more of those features. Yeah.
I miss that every day.
Most of my best memories come from that.
You know, like even the current Halo, you can't play online. You know that? I mean, multiplayer.
It's messed up.
Yeah, I bet you didn't know that. I found that out yesterday. I had a buddy come over and we were going to play it, and we couldn't. So we ended up playing Halo 4 on the Master Chief Collection because we couldn't have a current gen experience with Halo. Like, he would have had to bring his Xbox over here with 2 separate TVs, which could have been done, but that's bullshit that we had to do that if we wanted to play Halo 5 together and experience each other's reactions and talk shit to each other, you know. I mean, we both have gaming headsets and all that kind of thing, but it's not the same when you're sitting right next to each other. Got a bowl of chips in the center, drink a couple beers, you know. I mean, just not the same, man.
It's definitely not the same. No, hell no. it's not the same because, of course, you get the trash talk and you get, you know, messing around and all that stuff. But there's like more camaraderie than, you know, online. Everything tends to devolve into a shitstorm, and
you know, I can mute him if he's playing down the street or across the world. I can mute him. I can't mute him if he's sitting next to me unless I beat the shit out of him, right?
But of course, he's not going to be, or she is not going to be sitting next to you if you don't want them there. See, that's the difference.
Sure.
Online, unless you have like a local thing that you set up,
which you're
not going to be able to pick and choose.
Sure.
You know, well, but overall, you know, that's what you get. You're going to get what you get, and that's it.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's look. I've got 9 or 10 games in front of me. Let's see if these are local multiplayer. Forza? Yep. Halo 5? Nope. Rare Replay Collection? A couple games actually have it, so we'll give it a yep. 2K16? Yep, that is. Halo Master Chief Collection? Yeah. So the stuff that panders to the older crowd, yeah. So like Mortal Kombat is, but any of the shooters, like here's Titanfall? No. Any of the old Call of Duties? Nope. Still can't do it? Nope. How about this? Nope. See, I mean, you know, less than a third of the games have local multiplayer.
If you think about it,
you know,
none of those, the last ones that you mentioned, which are the big third-party like events of the year, it makes sense that they don't have local multiplayer stuff because they bank their.
Yeah, they want you to go buy it.
They want you to go online. They don't want you to be playing with your friends at home. They want you to be online and be part of that, you know, thing, that whatever.
Experience, yeah, whatever.
So, yeah. And they want you spending money online.
Well, of course they do.
They don't want you to be playing with, they don't want you to be playing with Jeremy and shit and talking trash. They want you to go online and buy the backpacks and buy the stuff that you need, the weapons, all that bullshit. Money.
Oh yeah. The only thing that's better than playing on a couch multiplayer is standing in front of the arcade and playing multiplayer. That's awesome. We talked about that last week in Live Retro. That's a reason for you guys to check it out. I would definitely tell you to check out Hodded 7's stream more than mine. You could hear what the hell he was saying, so tune into that. But yeah, I mean, that's a totally better experience if you have to. You know, but the world has changed, man. Like our names imply, we are relics. we are caught. We are trapped in the past, man. So what movie, you know, go ahead.
You still have salvation. I mean, you still can be saved. I'm a lost cause, basically. I'm a lost cause, yeah. I'm forever going to be validated, and you know what? I don't care. I don't feel good. I feel good about it.
Well, I kind of like it, living in my own little retro world. So I watched one movie last week. Guess what format I watched it on? You know this. I watched the awesome mobster movie. Come on. Scarface, and I watched it on VHS, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm trapped in a time warp, man. So I'm playing Super Nintendo games right now. Pardon me, a TurboGrafx 16 game.
We're not stuck in the past because of crappy stuff, man. We're stuck in the past because that shit was good.
Yeah.
It was actually good. We missed it.
Yeah.
We want our stuff to be good again.
Nostalgia is a powerful thing. I'm waiting for Ronald Reagan to come back, the VHS, the VCR, the Walkman. Those are the things I miss.
That's the funny thing that I feel myself being outdated, but the thing is that my specialty is tech. Isn't that kind of like that's a contradiction?
Yeah, but you use your tech to play the old games in a better looking format. You were just telling me how you were playing F-Zero the other day in 1080p, man. That's pretty badass.
You know what I'm actually playing right now? With the
Oh yeah.
I've never played this before.
You've
Like
never
this,
played Mario
you know,
Kart
having
with the nunchuck? Yeah.
Not with the Wii and not with the remote and nunchuck. Nope. I would.
You need the controller wheel, man.
Would be with
You need the wheel.
Exactly. I would play with that or with the classic controller.
Yeah, I used to play with the classic controller, but I had the wheel that you could use. Oh, here's one right here, actually. That's kind of funny. There you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's the one.
Yeah. Or when you're poor, like I was, you know, and I was in college at the time, you know, this is all you were doing with the Wiimote. This is probably how you're playing with it right here.
Really?
That's how you're playing it with this Atari.
Right.
I don't know what this was actually. It could have been multiple things. I don't know, but it's supposed to be an Atari aftermarket controller. About through it.
Okay.
Yeah. I could see you playing Mario Kart with this thing.
In case you didn't want to press the button that was right there next to you.
Yeah.
Just press the top button.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Like a flight stick or something.
So you know what? You know what, buddy? I think hopefully that's not the case. But right now, if it does happen, I'm gonna try not to think too much about it. But
I'm playing some Dead Moon.
I think on my side of the stream, I think everything since it started is missing like a ton of frames.
Oh yeah.
So
I have 0 dropped frames on my end.
You have a good connection, dude.
Well, since I went wired,
Mine
before I went wired, I dropped lots of frames. So.
Well,
I don't
mine
know.
is wired as well, but yeah, but the upload speed is pretty slow, so yeah, I'm getting tons of drop frames, but
Dang it.
it is what it is.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So.
But it has to do with the Uvu. Uvu is taking a lot of
Resources,
that
sure.
Yep.
Now
I'm playing the Wii U.
I was gonna ask you since we were
And
talking
Wii
about
U
Halo earlier.
Yeah,
go ahead. No, you're fine, man. No, I was just talking about you know how we were talking about Halo. What was the last Halo you played?
Oh my God, I think it was 3.
3?
3 was the last
What?
one. Yep.
What? That was like in the Ice Ages, man. You never got 4? Oh my God.
Nope.
I'm gonna have to send you an Xbox,
I didn't have
dude.
the system. I gave it to my son.
Yeah.
At that point, I gave the system to my son. Yeah.
I might have to send you an
And
Xbox,
made
dude.
turn him into a gamer.
Xbox 360s are going for about $50 right now, so I might have to get one.
Imagine.
Might have to get one and ship it to you with a copy of Halo 4.
Well, the only thing appealing about the only thing appealing about that is that we could actually play something multiplayer together, but...
Well, you'd have to get it to Xbox Live then.
I don't know. Yeah, sure.
But we could probably
That's not so bad.
we could probably talk Anthony into playing online too. That'd be cool. We could start a party.
Yeah.
You can play. See, I wouldn't even have to use my Xbox 360. I could use my Xbox One because of the new backwards compatibility. So you can actually even play live with those games now. That's something that's actually really exciting. With it's old, but it's new. So you can actually, all the games that are supported, you can actually play on Xbox Live on Xbox One with people playing on their Xbox 360 as well. So that's actually pretty exciting, and it broadens the spectrum of games that are available for the Xbox One. So that's a cool thing, and it kind of pushes Sony to do something the same, and it kind of hides the weaknesses of the Xbox One with its game library and stuff. So that's a good thing. I don't know. Who knows, fella? But yeah, I don't know.
Buddy.
Seems like we kind of stalled out here, huh?
Yeah, we kind of strayed away from the basic Nintendo and VR theme. But the thing is that there's not really much to go on.
Yeah.
And it would have been a lot better if you know, some other people would be, you know, come in and chip in and give their opinions and stuff like that.
Well, but we're going up live against the Super Bowl, so everybody's gonna be watching this tonight and tomorrow.
We'll probably have to make a part 2 of this later on.
That's
you
cool.
know,
well, once we know more, it'll be more exciting to do that as well. So.
Yeah.
But what the hell? It's a new show, so.
Here with, yeah.
I'm playing Dead Moon again. Did you ever play that?
I saw you put up the video.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Now that I said put up the video, I forgot. I need to put up the. I need to actually make the King of Fighters 99 video.
Oh God! You still haven't done that?
Oh crap! That's okay. I think I still have time.
Short but sweet.
Tomorrow.
Short but sweet.
Yes, sir.
See, that's his version of you know, one credit games, but the one credit games are better because I don't know. I just did it first.
Whatever you say, buddy. Whatever you say, buddy. That's very true. That's very true.
No,
Listen to the man.
I'm just messing with you.
Believe what he says.
You have to have a nice line of bullshit to be able. If you don't believe your own bullshit, how's anybody else going to believe it?
That's kind of Sony's and Microsoft's motto, so I don't want to be that. You gotta believe your own bullshit.
Yeah.
Yep. That way you can sell it. Oh my God, that made me laugh.
That was pretty good.
Ooh.
I hope you get flagged by Microsoft for that one.
I don't care. I am so worried.
You know what's another cool thing? I know you hate Windows 10. But I actually streamed my Xbox One gameplay to my computer. That was really cool. So able to use my ultra-wide monitor to play some Halo, and that was an experience, let me tell you.
Nice.
That was an experience. So that's something about the future I am quite excited about. You know, to stream the Xbox One games to the PC. So that's pretty cool.
I'm gonna be. If you watch my side of the video, you're gonna see me going through a whole bunch of games.
Oh shit!
I'm taking the opportunity to check
all
out all the games on the.
I'm rifling. I've probably played 12 games by now. I'm at the end of Dead Moon right now.
I could actually play some GameCube games, but I'm feeling actually pretty comfortable with the nunchuck. Playing the nunchuck is kind of pretty cool. Maybe, you know what? I'm gonna do some Metal Slug.
Metal Slug.
I'm gonna play the Anthology. Yep.
Ooh.
Metal Slug Anthology. Yay!
It's actually pretty good. The only thing that sucks is the motion controls for Metal Slug. Metal Slug does not need motion control.
But it's okay as the nunchuck, the little joystick on the nunchuck works, and you have a button for jumping and shooting, and throwing grenades. I think it should be okay.
I think you like shake the remote. I think you shake the remote for one of them though, because I had that for
the grenades.
On one of them, it's either grenades or jumping. I can't remember. But I actually had it and I sold it to get the anthology for the PlayStation 2 instead because it didn't have motion controls.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if that's going to be the way for you or not, or if you can change it. I don't remember. Then you can use your X-Arcade.
Well, no, I'm not setting that up now.
X-Arcade.
I ain't setting that up now.
I know, but another day. X-Arcade.
Yes, sir.
X-Arcade. X-Arcade. We are not supported by X-Arcade in any way.
He said it. He said it. Yes.
I think Hotted 7 is sponsored by them, but I am not. Ooh, he's got the dual arcade stick. You're licking it? That's bad, dude. That's bad. You're like making sweet love to that.
That's how
he loves his X-Arcade.
that little troll from IGN did once to the PSP. I remember that. Oh my god. Anyways, yeah, that's the X-Arcade.
The funny thing is, I licked it before I sent it to you, and then you just licked it, so, like, yeah, we're like brothers now, dude.
Ew.
Yeah. I'm kidding. You probably polished that thing like 100 times anyway.
Yes, you're right. The motion control does throw the grenade. That's pretty cool.
You like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. I mean, you got the trigger for shooting, and the joystick moves it around, and you do have the jump button right there, so yeah.
I don't know, I just didn't care for it.
You just flick it, and he throws a... Dude, this is nice.
I'm playing Bonk right now.
Alright.
You gotta love some
Yeah,
Bonk.
shoot in there. Get in there.
I'm thinking about hooking up my TurboGrafx 16 one day and doing some one-credit games. I think that'd be fun. But for some reason, I can't like map out be able to do the spin for some reason. Oh. But anyway, so do you think the Wii U is going to be? I mean, the Wii and the Wii U are both going to be backwards compatible in the NX, or what?
That's a very interesting question. It wouldn't surprise me if it were compatible with the Wii U. The Wii, I don't think at this point is a concern for them in terms of that. Because I think the Wii has ran its course already. You know, they did give it to us in the Wii U, so it's like they always go like one system before. Well, so that's what we expect from them anyway, so. So if it does appear like right out of the box, backwards compatibility is going to be for the Wii U. I don't think it should be for the Wii.
But wouldn't they have to do the Wii U because of all the Wii trolls and shit?
Again, they would...
They kind of like snooker themselves, don't you think?
They could... If they, let's say if they decide to go with a hardware architecture where they would install like the main processor of the Wii U onto the NX, that would probably work. If they go the other route, which would be like emulated, that would be kind of harder, even though it would be less expensive in a way. It would be kind of harder because it would require a shit ton of power. Mm-hmm. To get it done.
Sure.
So I don't know, since I haven't seen the architecture, I don't know anything about the specs. I can't say for sure, but Nintendo usually always has backwards compatibility as like one of the main features, you know. So whether it will be detrimental or not to the power of the system, I don't know. I really can't say. I really can't say at this point. I'm hoping it won't. I'm hoping that that won't hold them back into putting some beefier, beefier hardware into the system. I think they've learned their lesson. You know, they've learned that people are very fickle with their hardware, and they want power, and I think this time around is gonna be much better.
I'm sure hoping, fella. I want to be a fanboy again of Nintendo, man.
Well, the best thing that I can do, at least on my side, is to support them. Is, you know, just get like
buy their stuff,
the best stuff that they have made. Yeah.
I've been going out and buying first. Like, I never ever buy new games, you know, unless they're on sale. But I actually went out, like, the last, like, 4 games I bought have been first party, have been Wii U games. It's like I feel bad or something. It's weird. I don't know.
I mean, if the games are good, you're gonna go get them.
Sure.
Regardless if it's at launch or later on. Hopefully, you know, while the system is still alive, because that way, you know, you can actually help the developers. But you end up getting it anyways because the game is good and it merits, you know, getting it. If you don't, well, either you're not well informed, or, you know, it just went underneath the table, because that sometimes happens. There's so many games coming out that you kind of miss a few of the good ones.
Sure.
I used to have that issue a lot back in the 360 days, where I would have so much to play between the 360 and Wii, that I kind of missed out on certain games. That either I couldn't buy at the time, or I didn't have enough money to buy everything. That's almost, you know, impossible.
Well, sure. Well, why are we playing all these retro games now that we didn't play back in the day? Like, I'm playing Minesweeper on the Vectrex right now. Amazing game.
I still have
it kicked Asteroid's ass.
Backlog. I have an enormous backlog of PC games that I don't even dare go close to it, because I feel it's gonna eat me alive. You know, everything from Batman Arkham Knight to
yeah.
Oh my God, Witcher 3. I need to finish it.
Yeah, when you gonna beat Witcher? I want to watch that video. So when's Witcher 4 coming out?
That one. Yeah, don't hold your breath. That's gonna take a long, long time, and we still have to get what was the name of the game?
Name of the game.
Oh my God!
It's all about the game and how you play it. All about controlling if you can take it, right?
The next one they're doing is like a modern take on an old franchise. Oh my God! They have.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Incredible Schrader. Oh God! I'll send you the link later on.
Cool.
But it's gonna be amazing. I know for sure it's gonna be amazing. Star Citizen, I'm gonna be playing that very soon.
That's gonna be cool. I can't wait to watch you play that. That's gonna be cool. I wish I could say that I had some really cool stuff coming up, but I've got some more Neo Geo Challenge stuff coming up. Next week we're gonna do Over Top, and I think the week after that we're gonna do probably one of the Metal Slugs. I haven't decided which. And I'm trying to get a Gaming with a Buddy episode going. I got a couple other arcade things I'm gonna probably record. So got all sorts of stuff coming up. It's gonna be cool. A lot of cool things, man. Plus I'm gonna be streaming some StarCraft. Yeah, some StarCraft. Legacy of the Void, StarCraft 2, man. I'll be streaming some of that too, so that's gonna be awesome.
So at least on both our ends, we'll be showing some love to the PC, and that's great.
Yeah.
That's completely great.
Some old school, new school, everything in between.
I'll probably somehow, I don't know how, but I'll probably try finishing Witcher 3 since I have.
That'd be cool.
It shouldn't be that long after I finish Crisis. But for now, all I have like really close is a Final Fantasy retrospective, which begins next week. I'll be advertising that a lot around social media, so stay tuned to that.
I'm looking forward to playing some cave games.
Yes, that is coming very soon. You bastard, I hate you. So this is gonna be all from me. I don't know you, dude, if you want to keep on going.
I think this is it. I actually started up some King of Fighters 1999. So I was going to get my ass kicked in that, which won't take long, and that's it. I mean, we can stop at any time, but as always, I just want to remember you guys, happy gaming. Please remember to like and subscribe. Check out both our YouTube channels, Twitter, Twitch, Hitbox, and now on YouTube Gaming. So, cool stuff. Yeah, we went up against the Super Bowl, and of course we won. So, yeah, the unofficial ratings are in.
And absolutely nobody watched it. Yeah.
Oh, I actually got 2 viewers. I had 2 viewers at one point, so that's something. Maybe it was 1, I don't know. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but yeah. So we won. We won. Who do you think watched the Super Bowl?
Okay.
Who do you think watched the Super Bowl? What, 3 people? 4 people?
I have no idea. Even Afro has come in the room to tell me, so it has to be incredible.
Must be a good one.
Yeah. So, what do you think are we going to be doing next time around? An idea?
Well, we talked about retro last week, why retro, and this week we talked about the future. So, you want to talk about current gaming or retro gaming, or what are you thinking about?
I haven't thought about anything yet. But since we move around in circles, retro mostly, how about if we talk about, I don't know, arcade versus console?
Yeah, we could talk about a couple. We could talk about, like Street Fighter 2 and all the stuff that came out on, and Space Harrier, I don't know, all sorts of stuff, and how it compared, and Golden Axe. I don't know. Battletoads.
It's not set in stone. It's not set in stone.
Yeah.
We still haven't decided yet, so
Yeah. That's a good idea, though.
Figure it out.
Well, next week there's gonna be like, 20 million people that won't be watching the Super Bowl. That'll be watching our live stream.
Hopefully that's the case.
I hope we sure can. That's why we need you to like, subscribe, and comment, guys. Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you guys, if you're hanging out for, and watching. So we decided we're gonna do some giveaways. So I'm gonna announce sometime in the next live stream when we do this, we're gonna do a giveaway. So we're gonna give away a Dreamcast game. So that gives you guys more reason to watch. So, and I'll put that up on social media and all that good stuff. But yeah, we're gonna give away 1 or 2 games on the live stream. So, and you have to be present to the live stream or you don't get the game. So, you can't watch after the fact and participate. You got to participate. You got to comment.
You're gonna have to tolerate these old dudes talking crap about something, games and stuff like that. So they can win every game. That's the way it works. That's life.
Yep.
Live with it. Deal with it.
It's gonna be good though. If not, I have what you can have here. Sandpaper for your asshole. If it hurts you that bad. Yeah, if it hurts you that bad. Woohoo! Anyway, peace guys. Happy gaming. Good stuff. So have a good one. It's been fun. Hot at 7. It's been fun hanging out. Take her easy. Peace. See you next week. Happy gaming.